mic instead of my mic assigned to my my mixer out in the garage. What is up, anime heads? It's been a while, but the crew is back.
Welcome.
And like we promised, we were predicting this early spring. We were like, the summer is looking hot for anime. And
yeah,
it delivered.
Straight fire right now.
So far, so good. And we haven't even hit everything yet because season 2 of Kaiju is coming up this weekend. Today?
Yeah. Or no, tomorrow. 19th.
I thought it was
19th.
Yeah.
19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, and then there's plenty more stuff coming too, but we do not want to take up too much of your time with this. You know, we're going to talk about these summer animes, what we've been watching. And before we get into it, I have my shot here. I know everybody else has been running around. It's not meant. Ooh, Jose. Nice.
Oh.
I didn't know if I was going to drink because of how much sake I had last night, but I knew that I couldn't not have my Eat the Cake anime shot. So
okay.
I also do have a glass of wine here.
Ooh, sophisticated.
Wine
Even
and
bought
Jose.
it for our anniversary, and it is delicious. Hey,
30-year-old Jackie is so sophisticated.
I
I'm 31.
Ooh, even better. Aging like the wine you are sipping, ma'am.
Oh, thanks.
I'm saying aging like 31. And we're up here in our 40s, Eric. It's all right. But here is to first of all, happy anniversary to Jackie and
happy anniversary.
3 years.
You.
And then to a summer of great anime that'll lead us into a hopefully just as an amazing fall. So here.
Absolutely.
Cheers. Come by.
All right. Now that that's out the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into episode 18 of Eat the Cake Anime.
The following is a presentation of the That Feeling Podcast Network, reminding you to always question the answers. Eat the cake. Eat it. Eat the cake. Yeah. Eat the cake. Eat the cake.
Well, all right. I bet you thought you stumbled on another podcast. Of course you're right, but let me tell you about the contrast. It's really different, not an exit from the Comcast. We cover anime today and on the times past. Listen and learn in that order, then replay. Be entertained by Mac, Jackie, and EJ. 3 hosts doing way more than the most, proving you can pay the lion, but it's all in the approach. Originals and sequels, the newbies and the Ichigos. The world's up in flames to the ones more peaceful. The weapons or the Shuto, manga, Naruto, Monkey D. Luffy, and a lot more that you know. Subscribe, hit the like, give the algorithm life once. We trying to get the same pie that Apple took a bite from. Join the conversation, let us know if you can relate. If not, you still might be forced to eat the cake. Anime, hey, eat the cake. Hey, anime, eat the cake. Anime, eat the cake. Anime, hey, eat the cake. Hey, anime, eat the cake. Anime, eat the cake. Anime.
Did I never get over that opening? It's so sick.
Love it. The crazy part is with all the hype these shows have been given, we may have to update the segments in our intro if these shows follow through on what they've already started. But without further ado, like I said, we're going to get into these summer animes. Each of us are going to talk about a couple of the things that we have been watching. Me and Eric were talking offline as far as like trying to keep up with everything. Like the summer just dropped all this extra stuff. Like it's already trying to keep up with the anime we've been talking about from the spring, even early winter, like trying to catch up and see what's going on. And then summer's just like, are you sure you want to go watch those or do you want to watch these? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I want to watch the summer anime.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to
the
get
list is getting
spoiled.
too long.
But
the amount of anime that just added to like my Annie list, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm looking at that like it's probably something that's not going to be accomplished. You know, I'm just, ooh, that looks good, click. Ooh, that looks good, click. And I'm just like, I'll probably never I'll probably never watch all of these, but
It's like something you have to accept now, and it kind of sucks, but like,
yep. But for those that are tuning in for the first time, I'm the homie Mac, aka your boy. I got my man EJ here, and we're joined by Jackie. And just three homies come together, love of anime, and we started just kind of making recommendations. And shout out to Kapachi as well. He's in our group. Hopefully he's on the mend and getting better and everything. We can't wait till he's back able to join us. But just sharing recommendations and stuff like that. Me and Jackie were on a podcast back in the day, where we talked about anime and some other stuff, and that fell to the wayside. But she had to go across the world and be heroic and everything, and now she's back stateside. Yeah, look at the guns.
yeah.
So it's easier to make it happen for everybody. So we're here, and I have a nice little segue into our summer anime recap. Let me just make sure it's the right video. It is. All right, so stay tuned as we get into these summer shows. Here we are.
I was digging it.
Summer anime. I was looking for something a little tropical and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, this beach that you're looking at is way more beautiful than Virginia Beach out here. So
Yeah.
We don't
Beach looks like
we don't
mud.
have we got Lake Mead where they dump bodies over in
Yeah.
so
and you guys treat that like it is the best beach in the world.
I do not, because that place smells
So
disgusting.
the locals.
Oh, the
I will say
locals,
that.
yeah.
The locals. They're just like, you
Yeah.
want to go to the beach? I'm like, where the fuck are y'all going?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
the
took-
rocky area where the
Yeah.
dead fish can't even like
I'm
swim.
good. Anyways, so I mean, well, we'll start with EJ. I know we were talking in the comments. Plethora of
Oh my
shows
gosh.
come down.
So much going on. The hard thing is, like we were talking when I was talking to Willie, it was like, man, I really wanted to pick up on Fire Force because ever since he talked about it on the show, I'm like, man, I'm interested, but then everything keeps popping up. It's like I'm trying to stay ahead of the game because I don't want to be like I am with One Piece, where man, I'm 3,000 episodes behind. It's gonna be a bit for you to catch up with it. But what I've been tuning in, because I know we've all kind of picked some of them to look at. I've been watching the Summer Hikaru died and Leviathan. I just started watching Leviathan. Lord of Mysteries, Danadan, and I'm waiting for Kaiju. Of course, I'm wearing my Japanese Defense Force shirt right here, buddy.
Nice.
That's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
So I remember Leviathan was one of the ones you were like, on your radar for the summer. And we looked at the trailer, and
So I figured that
there was the little apprehensiveness of the CGI.
CG,
What's your-
yeah, because Okay, so once again, Netflix has gone the route of more CGI than traditional, or trying to blend the two, but they are not at the level of like To Be Hero X. Okay,
Yeah.
they don't meld it in that manner, so you still get motions or emotions and action sequences, especially when it's dialogue between characters. It looks like a delayed response almost from the images, even though the voice acting is fine. Sometimes it just seems slightly off. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be. This is no Berserk, the CG from that. But as far as an overall, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Overall, it's a very interesting concept. It's an alternate history of World War I leading into World War II situation, which I didn't completely understand when I was put it up as on the radar. But the idea is great. It kind of brings in mechs and a lot of tech, but also the main story seems to be revolving around Leviathan, which is a biological ship. It looks like a whale, and it's alive, but it's also the ship that they are inside of. So it's definitely different. Hey, there's a hot girl in the comments. And then it adds a lot of little interesting things, like the Leviathan uses they look like weather balloons, but as you come in closer, this giant whale airship has giant jellyfish floating off of its sides that it uses as like to see stuff. And then they use birds and actual hawks to attack fighter planes that are coming in. It's a very different approach, and it's definitely interesting. I'm just hoping that it stays interesting enough for me to look past some of the CG, because like I said, I'm still a traditionalist. I prefer the hand drawn or the, as much as the original artist can do before CG does all the action. So it's interesting, but that's my take on Leviathan right now. If I had to give it a rating of 1 to 10, just from the intro, I'd say watching it so far, it has potential. So I'll give it a 7. The art is good. The sound is great. I think the idea is once again one of those, like, a lot of people said that the other animes that have come up to Netflix have gotten canceled before people could actually sink their teeth into it and get onto the idea. So I'm hoping that this sticks. People get a chance to catch up with the story, because all too many times we've lost some good potential with Netflix. So that's my first one. So are we doing one by one here?
Well, I remember you mentioning that it was like based on a book, I guess a trilogy of books. Right?
Yeah, a trilogy of books, and it's a famous writer. Hold on, I'll get his name for you. But everybody probably recognize his name from other stories that he's done. And I think that's the big ticket for Netflix, is that if they can get enough name recognition behind it to bring eyes onto the project.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're looking for, because it's not that these other projects didn't have potential, but unfortunately the attention span of a lot of fans is directly linked to whether or not they recognize names and so forth. So
and that's low key my concern, is because we all know how quick Netflix is to pull the plug on stuff. And if you're going to start trying to make an adaptation of a trilogy of books, this is something you got to let breathe, I think, because their super successes with book trilogies, i.e., are just book, adaptations. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Twilight, but that made money. But then there's also ones that flop, like what is it? Mortal Engines, things like that are just hella great stories from what I've heard. But then when Hollywood gets a hold of them, they flop. So with Netflix being a super billion dollar a month industry, like, you'd figure they have money to spend to allow the creators to see their vision through all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give it some time. But like, if they look at the early returns, they're just like, and
yeah. And I think that that's what happens when we have too many studio execs looking at things only by numbers. But the author is the Scott Westerfield, and it's a 3-series. Leviathan, Behemoth, and Goliath are the 3 books that are part of this series. So Scott Westerfield himself, though, is let's see what he's most known for. I remember we talked about it. As far as other writings he's done. The Uglies, that was also a movie on Netflix recently, or Netflix original. So he's definitely got some a following as far as it goes as an author. So let's hope that sticks and he gets to finish his vision on there.
Yeah. So real quick, Jen is in the comments and she's just like, it seems like there's a lot of webtoons that are being adapted over to the screen. She kind of wants to get our thoughts on that. And mine off the bat is, I don't care where the inspiration comes from. Like, if you can make a great show with a good concept that's enjoyable to watch, like, it could be a webtoon, manhwa, manga, light novel, I don't care. Like when you bring it to the screen, just give it the justice and the care and consideration that the authors did when they created the thing. That's all I ask. Don't just use it because, oh, this is a money grab, bloop, and then we get and I feel bad because I haven't watched more than like a handful of episodes of the beginning and the end, but the fan base and the hype around that one was outstanding. But then for me, being the anime is the only way that I've consumed that content, I'm just like, this is not it,
Yeah.
I'm not even disappointed as the fans of the novel, they're just like, what the fuck? I'm just like,
yeah,
this ain't it visually, so that's just my take on it. What are your thoughts, Jackie, as far as all these, web to web novels coming over and making a splash on the anime scene?
I mean, most everything that I feel like we've all come to like has stemmed from a book or from somebody creating something that they just threw out there, whether that was on the web or they were like independent, not artists, but authors. They didn't actually go through a publishing company. They just like put something out there and someone ended up finding it and it got popular. And if it weren't for some of those people, like you wouldn't have a lot of the things that you have today. And I don't have specific, like I'd have to actually Google like what things out there that are popular that didn't have a publishing company to like get it off its feet. And like they were independent artists that published that. But the webtoons are really cool because you just get people from everywhere around the world that have these ideas. It's kind of like fan fiction. Back in the day, it was fan fiction where nobody like was getting anything from it because that's all it was. And now they created this new app called Webtoons, which is similar to manga, or really it's more similar to manhwa because manhwa more has colored, whereas manga is more black and white. And I think Chinese manhwa also that is also black and white. I haven't seen a lot of colored Chinese, but anyone can correct me in the comments. Those usually go through like its own publishing company. Like Japanese manga goes through Shonen Weekly, Shonen Jump, sorry, like all those things before like someone finally says, "Oh, this is worth it," and then does something about it. A lot of really great manga that turned into animes were one shots initially before they became full blown mangas and then anime. So
yeah,
I don't know. Like I think it sucks because Tower of God, I think, is one of them that I think about. That was a webtoon that had a lot of great potential, but from what some people have said, is Tower of God starting to decline a little bit. But I don't know if that's based off of the creator or the company. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. Again, it's hard for me sometimes with some of the animation to get into shit like that, but I've heard great things about the webtoon. I've heard of wonderful things.
Well, I mean, they have great original ideas on webtoons, and I think that's kind of why that trend is picked up, is because they're looking for ideas maybe enough to where the fan would be interested, but a little bit outside of the box, so they're not just regurgitating the same stories just with a different facelift. Because I mean, we've seen so many that are isekais or a focus on the warrior becoming the best, or something. So when they do get a new idea out there that still fits that, but it throws in maybe one or two ideas that, or directions and paths that aren't normal, the norm, then we have the possibility of something, really worth sinking our teeth into. And I think that's when, when you have something so creative like Dan, or you have something so different like Lord of Mysteries, which we can discuss here soon. The stories are so they're enough along the lines where you're like, okay, I get this. I could watch this, but then it throws you a few of those differences. Those like just a change, a new idea, and you're like, all right, this is rising up on my chart. You know what I mean? And Webtoons has that because I think there's a lot of hungry artists out there and hungry writers, and they're like, hey, I got a story I want to tell, and the studios, I think, have so much more competition. We're benefiting this summer. This amazing summer of anime that we're getting, I think, is ultimately a result of all that competition. All the streaming companies now acting like hungry hippos, trying to get the best properties and, be exclusive with it. So, whereas before it's Crunchyroll cornered the market, and we knew now, you've got Cartoon Network, you've got Netflix, you've got all of them trying to jump in and go, hey, I want a piece of this pie. This anime pie is getting huge. So now they're turning to webtoons. And I think we're just going to see a lot more growth in that department because tapping the major heads for, Photable and everything, they're kind of like, I got mine. I don't need you to carry my show. That's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But these guys, these webtoon guys are all about it, so.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing too about webtoons that there's only one thing I don't like about webtoons, and it's the past year, the route webtoons is going in order for you to read completed series. So, like for example, if you go on Viz Manga, their app, you just pay like $1.99 or $2.99, and you get a lot of manga that you can read. It's like 100 chapters a day.
Yep.
It doesn't matter, and if I'm reading 100 chapters a day, like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And no offense to people that's great because there are days where like I will read, but like that's a lot of chapters. That's a lot of manga you can read in one freaking day. Like that is so much. Webtoons though, like for example, I stopped reading webtoons for like a year. I fell off of it a year and a half. I went back to go finish some of the series that I was behind on, and they're completed. And now that they're completed, I have to pay like all this money to unlock these episodes now to be able to read them. So I hope webtoons eventually goes to like a monthly system where like, hey, if you pay $5 a month, then you get
it probably
two to three like completed series that you can just unlock and read.
Or at least you
like
could,
that.
you could read 1 to 2, series, and then when you're done with those, you could get 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, Josh asks a good question. How much money is being thrown around? And I think that what Jackie's talking about, Josh, is a good example of webtoons isn't there yet. You know what I mean? Because they're having to charge more for these guys to even, probably break even or make some, a little bit of money. So they're not on the same level yet.
Yeah.
And when they hit that level to like, where you can go and read on these other sites where you can read manga and you can read tons of it, I think when they have more quality than quantity and they have more people snatching up contracts or snatching up intellectual property from them, then it will become more of a money-making business. And it might come to where, like Jackie's saying, where they monetize like, oh, you can read through 2 or 3 series if you want, and then next month you get 2 or 3 more, blah, blah, blah. But it won't get there until webtoons is taken more seriously as an actual platform. Like right now, I feel like it's so open to being, people can put their ideas out there, and you see everything from like, this looks like it was drawn by my 5-year-old, and the story is just like very basic, all the way up to being top of the line.
There's 2 different sections for webtoons, which I do like that they did this. So there's the canvas, and then there's the actual publishing section of webtoon. So normally when you first start out, you'll publish everything on canvas, and some of them are probably going to not be that great, and that's fine. But those ones are usually you don't have to pay. You can just read those because they're just they might be newer artists or
trying to get
into, still trying to perfect their craft. But sometimes you get a sneak peek at some things or insider like look until they do get to be published. Like there was like a couple that I read on Canvas that ended up getting published that were really good. And because they got published, they got to go back and revamp it and make it look a lot better and fill in some holes in the story. And like it might be similar, but it's almost like another part of the story you get to enjoy. But then, like I said, like they'll have like 6 chapters or something out, and you can't read them. You have to pay to read them. So that's the only part that like, I mean, I did pay for some of them because some of them are just that good. So there's certain stories that I was like, hell yeah, like I'll pay for this. But some of them I just wait until the week thing comes in. So I'm a huge fan of the whole webtoon thing. Just like Willie said, like I don't care where it comes from, as long as like the quality is there. And
Yeah.
if like people are deserving of like getting a anime made out of it, because like look at Lore of Olympus, that started as a webtoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even an anime. It became a whole book. Like that is so popular. I hope it becomes like a cartoon because that is such a good story. And that was my first introduction to webtoon. I love that story.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
Yeah. But getting back to the summer stuff. So you mentioned Leviathan. What else have you been watching, EJ?
Okay, so I've been watching. I checked out Dan to Dan, of course.
How are you liking it? This. So let me just disclaimer, right? There's been a lot of people. I haven't seen it so much after the quote unquote movie or the theater experience where you get the first 3 episodes. But the episodes that come out, a lot of people are upset about the Momo being in these positions to where men are like trying to say her. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
these uncomfortable scenes where people are just like, this is why I don't watch Dan to Dan. Like every season, there's somebody just trying to, have their way with this teenage
Get
girl.
over
And I'm
it.
just-
It's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal. And also, they are a creepy family for a fucking reason.
yeah. I think because it fell in with the plot, it's not just fan. It's not fan service or hey, here's some of her intimate areas being shown. They really didn't show anything, and a lot of it is mentally implied. Okay, it's enough that you know what's going on, but it's plot, like Jackie said. If it fits the story, that family is messed up. They've been grabbing people and doing things for a long time. So this whole approach on Momo is not something bizarre, and you learn that. Of course, it's strange at first. It's meant to be. It's meant to be rattling. It's meant to be off-putting. These guys are supposed to be creepy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if it made people uncomfortable, that was the goal.
Yeah.
Those guys
So-
are uncomfortable.
So you root for them to get their
Yeah,
proverbial shit pushed in. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I
But
mean-
go ahead with your thoughts so far of the.
Um,
do you think there's a big contrast from like season 1, the mood and the, I guess the kind of the feel you got from season 1 to now you're
Yeah.
looking at season 2?
I do. I feel like, I mean, this is just my take so far, but it's only been so many, only 3 episodes. So
Yeah.
we got, but in the first season, it felt a lot more intimate because it was just Okarun and Momo trying to, get their footing. So you're getting a new introduction and, but it was just them and Obachan, but I mean, pretty much it was centered. Now near the end of the first season, you got glimpses of the expanding world. Hey, here's a new person. This person's going to be, and I think that it's just a slower approach than dropping 15 characters on you right from the start.
Yeah.
So I feel like they still kept it fresh coming in. The art is still, knocking it out the park. It feels fresh. It feels like it's got energy and vibe. The energy and vibe stayed with it to the art in this season. It didn't like fall off or didn't feel like he didn't know his direction. I feel like the creator has a direction, and even those parts that throw you off and that are weird or whatever, they serve a purpose. Even from the first season when the aliens are, have her and it's an awkward time. All of it plays into the story as it goes on. So I feel like they've done a good job, just in my opinion. I feel like it's very similar to the first season. And I feel like I'm in it to the end to see what he's going to throw at us. I mean, I like the arc. It's interesting, and it's definitely done well enough to where the expanded characters aren't just being fed to you as red shirts for the future. They actually have some substance, and they're playing a part. They're getting built upon.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking at it like some of these things, like they tell you, 14 up, whatever up, it's like, because it's cute, it has a nice catchy theme song, people are doing the dances on TikTok. Like some of these things are not meant for kids. So if you're taking your kids to these things and then there's these uncomfortable things where you're just like, oh, I don't think that's appropriate. Like, don't let the fact that it's animated fool you. Don't let the fact that there's funny things like that fool you. Like with anything, any product that you're consuming, like some kind of, discernment is needed from parents or whoever, if you have younger kids trying to watch it, right? If you're not ready to have that kind of discussion, especially after season 1, like how season 1 started with the aliens and that whole thing, like, and you're just like, well, I'm glad that's over. Like, this can happen at any moment,
Yeah, they're still out there. I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to hear it. People are complaining about this, but you got movies like The Dark Knight that's rated PG-13.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Again, it's just, and I get it. Like, if somebody went through something like that in life and they don't want to see it reenacted,
absolutely.
Cool, 100%. If this is not your jam, and if you watch it, it gives you, but like, to just be complaining like, oh, here we go again with her, and then the next episode she's like roundhouse kicking people through couches and stuff. She's she's fighting back. She's not just sitting there. Like, she's not a punk. She's not like,
they didn't make her a victim.
She's not a damsel in distress. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's
she's not making that like voice too that they sometimes have with the young girls of like, that's not happening. Like, it's like, supposed. It is.
She's cussing them out. She's just like, bro, like, when I get like, in a better position, I will destroy all of it. And when she's in the house, like, she's going toe to toe until
she came to the rescue of the guys. I mean, it's not the cliched, damsel in distress.
She's the whole reason why everyone was fucking saved.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is, like, if they approached it that way, I could understand a lot of the criticism. If they approached it like, hey, from the first season till now, like in first season, when you're first introduced to her, she's slugging it out with her soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. Okay, Momo's not been a tender heart from the beginning. So in this situation, I feel like more than anything, those guys trying to do whatever, get their way, it just they pick the wrong person, and it just comes more to fruition as it goes on. It's like it was a buildup of how that she is a hero. You know what I mean? She's not a victim, and I like that approach. So. Mm-hmm. And they didn't have to do anything with any quote unquote skin being shown. You know what I mean? It's like, I know it's drawn, but, and as far as the parents and stuff, I'm sorry, but if you haven't learned by now from things like
the
Deadpool,
first fucking episode, hello,
movies in general, if you haven't learned from back when they made Deadpool, people took their kids to see that. It's like, if you don't know what you're going into,
that's why these parents are complaining about this. But excuse me.
Yeah, exactly.
So go have your kid go watch all of the Marvel and other movies and shit and be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
come on, dude. They understand that shit more than Japanese culture.
I know. and also another thing too is you've got to look at it culturally, where their teenagers are and where their understanding of sexuality at this age. They don't get embarrassed or uncomfortable by the same things that we do, like nudity.
And I'm sorry, as a parent, if you don't think that your kid at least age 14 isn't like
knows,
not that they're doing stuff, but knows is like they are not stupid. No, they are not dumb. And there's other kids around them that even if like you didn't teach them, all those other kids are talking about it. So they're learning by their environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
So I mean, overall, like I said,
also I think people are worrying about the wrong things. Like, look at how. Like, Dandadan still has that underlying dark comedy funness to it that it did in season 1. But look at the difference, too, that they're going with it. That's so much more fun. The soundtrack is great. They're doing more of a techno, like, create this. Dude, it's just a lot of fun. The colors with the washed out background and then, like, emphasis on some of the things. And they're still keeping it intimate with the characters. So you aren't, like, and world building to all these other, I don't know. I think it's going in a great direction. The director, the two directors for all the episodes are working really great together. Me and Willie watched I don't know if you did, EJ, at the end of the movie. like they talked about how like what their inspiration was and what their goal was for what the season's
I
gonna
didn't
look
get
like.
to see it in the theater. I
Oh,
wanted to.
I love it. Like what they're talking about, what they're doing, how they work together, and their relationship just seems like amazing. And this dude, I think he's either German or Swiss. I can't remember. And then
like Austrian, maybe Belgian or something like.
I'm not
He's
sure.
from one of them European countries.
Yeah.
So you get that type of like, because that reminds me of like European techno, like all that stuff that you're getting. And that's probably where a lot of that's coming from, which I think it was where you said that. And then you still have that director still like trying to adhere though to the material, but also bring like color and like what they think that it would look like because manga's not colored. And it's not going to be as vibrant as what you can do when you animate.
Well, and
I think they're doing a great job.
I got a question for both of you as far as looking at this. Do you think a lot of that change as far as the music, the color, the the backgrounds on the intros and stuff, do you think that's because of the new characters in this arc? Or not new, he was in the previous one, but you're actually getting to see more of his skills and abilities are becoming apparent as of the third episode of the season. So do you think that that's kind of changed with him because he seems a little more the flashy techno stuff would fit? You see what I'm saying? Like that seems more of his personality.
I think it's just more of what the animators at I think it was Science Naru and just the directors and the creators as a whole behind us. They don't want to seem like a one trick pony, right? Like it and Jen had it in the comments. She was like, I missed the intro from season 1. And like everybody knows, like, you know, that was a phenomenal, you know, a worldwide phenomenon, came out on top of Billboard charts, you know, Japanese songs making the Hot 100, things like that. Like it was something out of this world, right? So it'd be easy to just keep leaning on that, like, hey, Creepy Nuts, do another one for us. Hey, Creepy Nuts, do another one for us, and just keep the same thing.
I personally wouldn't like that though.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so this is the same guy who's just like, you could put Lisa on every opening and I'd be tuned in. Like,
yeah, right? Same, right? Yeah. Like you can put Lisa, Mrs. Green Apple, Asian Kung Fu Generation, dude. If that's it, and Creepy Nuts those are the floor all the time. But then eventually I'd be like, but what about these other artists that always bring bangers every once in a while?
But like you said,
I actually didn't hate the opening and the ending. I thought the ending was better.
I liked it, but it's just a whole different vibe, and you see it, right? Like the darkness, like using the color purple against oh my god, I forgot his name. Okarune's like red when he transforms and stuff. Like,
dude, the red with the purple.
Oh my gosh, like it's the way they're doing the colors, and like I said, it's a darker thing because now you have like a main antagonist now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who now you're in the position of this dude. The human side of him was cool, you know, but when you start seeing his backstory unfold and he's just like, oh, my parents went away for a trip or something, he realizes what happened to his parents, right?
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. And it's like when I was watching it in the theater, I'm just like, bro, this is so amazing. Like, having read the manga, but seeing how they're bringing it to life on the show, and like seeing the people in the theater who may or may not have seen it, but how their reaction was.
Realization. You know? You're like, wow.
So like, you know, their friend is in there, but you're looking at, you know, evil. You're just like this dude is a legit threat to them. Like, Silky Dancer was somewhat of a threat for one episode, right?
But it was different the way that
all of the enemies they fought. Like Turbo Granny was, I guess, like a little arc in the beginning trying to take her out, but this guy, you're looking at him, you're just like, this dude is going to be a problem. Like this, I don't see this ending in, you know, a couple of things. And then towards the end, I know in the theater, you know, with the volcano going off, and then they're just like, and that's it. Here's the directors. You're like, what the fuck? You know? So I have no problem with it. I trust them. Like they have the runway to do what they do. And so far I'm excited, and I'm pleased with what they're doing.
Yeah, and also for someone that's read the manga and what season 2 is about, do you think the direction they're going with the change, especially in the soundtrack, does that match with probably?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I think, why they're changing it a little bit, because it's going to be now like just it's different now and what it's focusing on and doing compared to, I think, season 1.
100%. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Jackie, what episodes or what shows were you able to sit down and actually kind of watch and get a good feel for?
Sorry, let me pull up my notes. So I did research on 8 of them.
Uh-huh.
But I pretty much everything I recommended besides a couple, I was able to at least watch the first episode. So Gachi Akuta, Togen Anki.
Mhm.
One I didn't recommend at all. I didn't even know was coming out. And then Steven actually like was like, "Hey, we got to watch this anime." People are like saying it's like they're rating it like it was the top episode of the week 2 weeks ago. It's called
Mhm.
Taco P's Original Sin, which that's what I'm going to talk about here in a second.
Okay.
Nyat of the Living Cat.
That's a Jackie one. I knew you were gonna watch that one.
It's
Yeah.
funny. This summer Hikaru died, just like
Yeah.
DJ talked about. Hell Teacher,
Oh, shit.
which is good. I like it. City the Animation. I have not watched yet, actually. It's only on Amazon Prime. I found out, so I think I put some stuff on here. And then a movie that I didn't get to talk about, but I didn't watch until a couple weeks ago was Lost in Starlight. Totally recommend. But the one I'll talk about right now that I think everyone, sorry, let me rephrase when I say everyone. If you are okay with extremely dark themes and it's going to be morally complex, heartbreaking, it's going to be a little triggering. If you want to watch stuff like that that's different, definitely recommend this anime, Taco P's Original Sin. So this one it follows this alien that is an octopus, and he comes to Earth essentially from this planet called Happy Planet, aiming to spread joy amongst anyone that he can find. Well, he meets this fourth grader named Shizuka Kuze. It's a girl who's burdened by bullying and neglect. And the alien doesn't understand that, doesn't understand sadness or bullying, doesn't know what any of that is, doesn't know human stuff. So this child keeps showing up every day, or this child finds this alien at a park randomly, and
Mhm.
you can see like she has a backpack with like a bunch of Japanese writing on it, and it will zoom in on the backpack, and it's like just the worst things that you would ever think anyone could say to a fourth grader, like calling her a slut, you should just die, like all these things. And it's really dark.
Yeah.
And it even says like when you open up when we played the episode, I didn't know what it was about, and neither did Steven. So we're like, all right, let's just watch it. Before the anime even started, it puts two different scenes of warnings
Hmm.
for suicide, and if you're ever feeling like you're going through a tough time, it gives like, hey, you should contact someone or talk to someone and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, Steven, what are we about to watch right now? And yeah, it's heavy. The first episode is about 40 minutes long. It's like the intro. And even after that, I told Steven, I was like, that was a really heavy episode. I was like, I think we need to move on to something else. I was like, but I really like this anime. I like it's rated 16 plus for a reason.
Yeah.
The creator, or like the whole premise is like this girl, she's going through this, and this alien slowly starts learning that like things are not happy with this girl. And so now this alien wants to try to do everything that they can with these things called happy gadgets to try and like make this girl happy essentially. And I don't want to spoil anything because I want people to like get the same shock effect that like I got when I watched
Mhm.
this. But it's a shonen, which is crazy, but it's like utopian sci-fi, psychological drama, horror, emotional thriller, like it has all the things. The creators named Tizen 5. This is their first like serialized work, so they don't have anything else that they've worked on. The studio is Initia. It's a brand new studio founded by the same director who directed Dr. Stone. And this was like their debut production or whatever. And right now there's going to be a plan for only 6 episodes. So like I said, the first episode was about 40 minutes long, and then it's going to be should end in August. There is a manga release, and it came out in 2021 to 2022, and it did rank like number 3 on like the male readers list. It also won like the Cartoonist Association Award. The opening theme and ending themes were really good. I liked it a lot. It's really sad. And the whole thing that the creator wanted to do is like, yes, there's a lot of shock and painful moments that you have to experience as you watch this, but I wanted to show how friendship and dialogue can exist amid trauma. And also wanted to like highlight like the amount of shit that children could potentially deal with when it comes to isolation and abuse. Like young children. So it's triggering. And they do not like, you know, when something bad happens and they'll like maybe show a shadow or just like a pool of blood, maybe you don't actually see the result of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. Does not care. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like in tears because I was like, this is insane. So glad that I found this out of nowhere. Totally. I recommend it if you like deep themes like that and you want to watch something that it's different than just like a powerful character or whatever. I don't want to say it's a slice of life. It does obviously have like the sci-fi, if you will, but it's based around like real life problems. And Jen, it's called Taco P's Original Sin. And then when you watch the first episode, you realize what the original sin was, and it makes you wonder like what's going to happen after that. Really like it. I was shocked. The one thing I will say, out of all the animes that we've been watching, we've been noticing a theme this year. Like people are going towards horror and like emotional trauma, like deep, like it is like they're getting to the point with some of these animes. Like
let's get some drama, like legit.
Yeah. It's like it is like the
like,
year of drama and horror. It is awesome. And it's so crazy because we were just talking about this a few episodes ago, how we were like wanting more horror, but Uzumaki was a disappointment. So we're like, where else is it? Like,
was it? I'm playing.
The anime, not the manga. Read the manga. Please read the manga.
Are you sure?
But I'm really happy with the route people are going, because now it's not just for, this is not for kids at all. It's like letting your 12-year-old watch 13 Reasons Why. I don't recommend that. If you ever watch the scene where she actually like cuts her fucking wrist, that's
Well, I think it kind of shows growth too. I mean, they know that their audience, they're always going to have new audience coming into shonen. But if they want to keep some of those, the main shonen group, they've got to start showing up with a little bit more substance as it goes on. Like, because as you get older, you want more than just,
overpowered protagonists.
Yeah, you don't want just badass fight. I mean, badass fights are
want
awesome.
Something that makes me think. I want something to make me sit there and go, oh my gosh. Like I want something that like, I'm not like, okay, I know this person died, but probably the next episode they're gonna do something where like the dude gets brought back to life or something like that. Which don't get me wrong, I still will watch shit like that, but sometimes I want, like as Jen said, I want the heavy. It's not even mature, but it's on the level of that because it just feels more gravitating. And I think like for people that are older, like we have a friend, him and his wife are just now getting into anime. They never watched it, and we're like so excited. They've been obsessed with it. Like she's not even an anime lover or cartoon lover, and she just watched Apothecary Diaries. She's obsessed. Loves it. And
it goes back to what I was saying before. Apothecary Diaries has almost zero battle going on. It's like,
but the drama part is awesome. The drama, the mystery, a little bit not thriller, but twists too. It's really great.
And I think that's, there's a place for the action and everything, of course. I mean, you have outstanding, sequences and story or series and episodes with things like Solo Leveling or To Be Hero X. Outstanding action and it's still a gripping story. But some, I have noticed if I'm gonna sit there and me and Jen are gonna watch a show, it's got to grab us with more. There's got to be more to it.
Yeah.
For the long run, because if
Yeah.
I could sit there and binge action, but then I'm gonna be doing this occasionally, because
I get it.
I'm in between all the stuff. But when it comes to things like that the summer that Hikaru died
Dude, it's weird. I love it.
But you're watching every minute because you're like, what
So
is
crazy.
going on?
Dude, the summer Hikaru died, I actually I got scared. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I was like doing one of these things because it's the forest part. I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, but the simplest part of it though is it didn't throw anything at you.
No.
Like no kind of crazy, action sequences or anything. But if I don't want to, spoiler alert, and one of the deaths that happened in the this series as it's starting, nothing really gets seen, but it's the tense,
the fact that
the suspense building to that moment when you're like, yo, this person's about to die, and they know it, and it's just conveyed so well even without a moment of action.
You talked about the summer Hikaru died a little bit, and I wanted to add on to it because I did a lot of research with it too. The creator, he got a lot of influence from a lot of other things. I guess if you ever watched the movie called The Thing,
yes.
I guess that's
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Influenced by that.
Yeah.
And I guess he wanted to create a horror, but he didn't want to do jump scares. He wanted to do something that was still horror enough that made you feel uncomfortable, but you weren't just sitting there scared all the time. And I guess the other one, I think I wrote he also, I might be mixing this up with a different anime, but that was another thing that I thought was really cool.
It's the slow burn, I love when things are done to the point where you see not the consequence, but you see the results of the action.
Yeah.
But you don't see the action. And the point still gets across, the emotion is still there. I don't need to see the throat gets and blood spew, just seeing the body there with that, and then you're able to just still tell the story. And the viewer, myself, I'm looking at it, and the gravity is still there without seeing the act.
That's actually, I just found it. So the creator is a fan of action manga, particularly Tokyo Ghoul, and aim to create a horror story that appeals to emotions rather than relying solely on scares. So you're saying it, Willie. That's exactly, that was their intent. And it's the same thing with this. Takopi's Original Sin isn't so much as horror as it's just it tears at your heart. And it's also it's just deep. It just makes you think because then there goes more into the bullying, because why is this person getting bullying? So then it goes into the backstory a little bit of the child that is doing the bullying, and that's fucked up. And it's oh my god, it's just, people get pissed off about sexual assault with fucking Dan. Don't watch this anime. That's all I'm gonna say. Because they don't give a fuck with this anime, and it's, in my personal opinion, shit fucking happens. You have to that's what they're trying to get at.
Yeah. And for me to feel that way is weird, because normally when I watch movies, I'm not a fan of the narrative coming on the screen, or you force feeding me. I'm show me the world building. Don't just be 3 minutes of text on the screen this is what's going on, and then action. I'm just how lazy is that shit? So that's good. I like that. And this is something that I know Chris, our very own CJ horror fan, would love to watch. So we'll recommend that, because I also know he wants to do have us on there to talk about the summer that Hikaru died. So whenever he's done watching that, yeah.
So some people are talking about the queer themes that it has to it, and I don't, who gives a shit? It's a great
anime.
story.
And if they are cool, if they aren't, who cares?
And also, y'all don't complain when it's Arcane,
Right.
Yeah. They don't care when it's two women. They don't.
Dudes,
Rarely-
hey,
Yeah. You rarely
trying
hear a
to-
complaint.
trying to
it's two dudes-
demasculate.
And I mean, the thing is Jen had mentioned in the comments, the relationship of Yoshiki and Hikari, the fact that he still cares about him, even with all this stuff going on. But I mean, it hasn't crossed any kind of threshold to go one way or the other. If it does, who cares? If it doesn't, who cares? The point is the story and the fact that their relationship is that powerful.
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
and like on top of that too, and I wanted to talk about this when you brought that up, Eric, was this anime obviously doesn't have any awards, but if you read the manga, it has so many awards and nominations. Like it's insane. And it was nominated for Best Continuing Manga Series, Best Manga Category. It had a lot of nominations and it did win first place, surpassing even notable titles like if you ever watch Goodbye, Eri, and even One Piece.
Oh.
And it was like 2023. This manga is amazing. Like it won that.
Well, I was
So-
impressed. I mean, from episode 1, and even just the part where they're sitting at the little convenience store. It's very beginning, very intro. I felt like I was in Okinawa again. I really did. I mean, they had the sound, the drawing, the interaction between the two of them. It just felt really authentic, and I mean, it was a great way to kick it off. I mean,
Yeah.
they jump right into. I was so sure it was a dream sequence.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
then these queer themes
then
that they
you're
keep
like,
talking
it's not.
about, it's really the relationship between two dudes that are like care about each other a lot. And I don't think a lot of people realize that some dudes really care about their guy
They're best friends.
friendships.
Yeah.
And that's why it also ranked number 1 in the best manga for male readers. I'm not surprised.
And if you don't have a friendship like that, some people don't. But if you do, it doesn't necessarily have to be intimate or romantic. People can be very close. I mean, it usually is more associated with women and their girl, their best girlfriend being
Yeah,
very
that's
close.
why I love this. I love that we're exploring a male
Exactly.
friendship rather than it's always just like either female with like a big group, females with females. It's like this is very targeted towards male audiences. I can see that, but I'm loving it. I love it. It's a great, and not to take away from what I was saying, because we're talking about both, but I think both of these are really great. There's such amazing animes, the direction that they're going in, and I love the way this season is going.
Oh my gosh.
It's
so
just
much.
I have so much more, but I do have to say about the music though, for not Taco P's Original Sin, because these guys, it was their first time, but for the opening, if you guys don't know who Vondi is, they're the ones that have done a lot of songs for Chainsaw Man, Spy Family, My Hero, One Piece Film, and then the ending scene, Tubo, they did the ending theme number 4, because if you remember, Chainsaw Man had like a new ending for all of their episodes for Chainsaw Man as well. So it's really I just love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And that was 2 back-to-back like that. I mean, EJ kind of talked about Willie, so now I want to hear what your next one.
Yeah, I know we keep going on.
No,
So-
it's fine because obviously we can't go through everything that we've watched, but these are just a couple of highlights. So the fact that EJ starts off, he's talking about Leviathan, this big world building original idea coming from a novel, kind of a sci-fi epic type thing, to Jackie getting into the mature, I guess some of the more mature animes that you'll be seeing out here that deal with the dark side of humanity and all of that stuff. Coming over back here, obviously shonen is kind of like the bigger genre of the anime, and it's the one that's kind of getting back out there and making it popular, i.e. why the shonen category won the anime of the year, Crunchyroll, a lot of these things like that. So off the bat, you're looking at Gacha Kuta, right? Something that I was hyped about when I saw the trailer for it back in April. I'm just like, visually, this looks stunning. I haven't read the manga, and it's one of those, I looked at the trailer, I'm like, I need to read the manga, but I'm so behind on a lot of stuff. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. However, just reading about the the creator of it, Kei Urana, who goes by Kanaru over in Japan. She was a fan of Soul Eater and the creator of that, Atsushi Okubo, and actually worked under him or was an assistant with him while he was creating Fire Force.
Yep.
So doing that and then creating that manga on her own, story animated and everything is an amazing thing. And shout out to her for coming out big in a usually male dominated occupation over there in Japan when it comes to manga creation and stuff like that. So but if you guys saw the first couple of episodes, I mean, it's just you see the animation, the bold lines of it, the graffiti art. Like to look at backgrounds to see, and you talked about it too, Jackie, going to Dan when they go to the mountain village, the hot springs, you can see like how everything's kind of muted. You can see like the rust kind of building up on the cement and things like that. You can see how aged and decrepit kind of the slums are compared to when the first part of the episode started. You see them in the city and how pristine it was. The trash goes into this like you don't even keep trash in trash cans at your house. Like once it's full, boom, into the chute, get it out of here. And it's so the rich in the city consider their trash so valuable, they don't want the slum people rummaging through it, right? The way they hold themselves above, like the classism in this thing is crazy.
Yeah, the themes are nice. It's cool. It's really cool.
But it's obviously it's I'm just looking at it, and like the main character, Rudu, is obviously over in the slums. It's a shonen, so it's just like my dad's gone. I don't know. It's one of the things like this guy raised me. He's like my dad now. And, all of a sudden now he's gone and he's framed for the murder. So in this village or the city or in this, whatever it is, they're like, well, you do a crime like that, we drop you to where we send all the trash. So they drop him off down there. And thus begins his revenge arc, right? What I do like is he gets down there and it's trash, but you start seeing these creatures that are formed from the trash.
They're like hollow, like.
Yeah. And he's running from them at first, but like his anger for his desire, I have to get back up there and find the dude who killed my dude. He starts awakening this power in him and stuff. And I will say the best part is when he comes across Engine.
Yes.
Who's down there. And that's when the animation starts going fucking apes. And I love
colors
it. Like
again.
Bones Studio, like fucking they nailed this shit, man. The display of powers, kind of how the weapons work, it was just like when he had that umbrella and he's just destroying all of those monsters out there, man. I'm just like, this is gonna be a great show.
The immersion level is great.
It's the environment. Like I'm just lost in like the world. Like when Engine was fighting, like a lot of the attention was on him, the animation and stuff like that. But still, the way they're able to frame the fights, and you look at the outside, you can see how large this monster is, right? And he's just taking them out like it's nothing. Cool. Yeah. And then he gives Rudu over to the I guess the locals, I guess you would call it down there, where they're like, oh, you're a slumite, you're from the slums, like we're gonna do all of this stuff to you. And then he awakens his powers. They're givers, right? So they have energy and they give it to objects to get the power out. But the music off the rip, like it's just the energy is high the whole time, right? The first episode, you don't get a real opening intro. The ending credits is just the credits rolling up with the song playing at the end. But obviously you do get the opening on the second one. And like I said, it's the music. The opening is Who was the band by?
Pale
It's called
Dusk, Pale
Hugs by
Dusk.
Pale Dusk. Like I'm like normally I'm not into like the grunge rock and all that stuff, but when it's paired with such a great opening, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at it and the vibe meets and fits everything. You're just like, this is the perfect song. You know, they took the time, they found the right song. The ending, you got I think it's Tomoshibi by Dust Cell. So it just fits the mood. And again, it's like you go to Crunchyroll, 50,000 reviews, 4.9, right? So
Wow.
people are already feeling this one.
That's
And
Yeah.
good.
early predictions, you know how it is. Like the Crunchyroll Awards just ended a couple months ago. They're just like, this, if this keeps going where it's going, it's going to be in contention, obviously, for the big hitters for Anime of the Year, Best Action Anime, Best Main Character. You know, because in the manga, Rudo won Rookie of the Year. I guess it's the best new main character when the manga
Yeah.
comes out. So they're just like, apparently they've read it. They see his story. They think it's a pretty good story. And if Bone Studio can keep up with the animation and hopefully they don't bite off more than they could chew. This is what I'm hoping. A lot of these studios that are knocking it out the park with what they're creating right now, I don't want them to map at this where they just spread themselves so thin, covering multiple things. Like Ufotable, they were cranking out a Fate series like every year. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Fate series since they started working on Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, focus on Demon Slayer, put a bow on this thing, and then move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Science Sonru, like Scott Pilgrim Takes Off was canceled by Netflix. They're like, well, shit, you know, let's work on Dandadan, and now look at the success of Dandadan, right?
Yeah.
So Studio Bones, you're sitting here working on Gachi Akuta. Please, I mean, if you got the people, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business. Obviously, you guys are successful, but what I've seen is when studios take the time and just focus on one thing, and they could just give their artists the time off they need, the time they need to create what the actual creator of the story is good with. We don't get stuff like Promised Neverland. We don't get stuff like T-Bay. We don't get these fall offs that we were talking about the previous episode, right? So so if you have the chance, check out Gachikuta. It's over on Netflix, obviously. I don't know if or not Netflix, Crunchyroll. Netflix is starting to do the whole we want it too, so it may be a dual stream thing. I'm not sure. I haven't checked it on Netflix. But the other one obviously is Togen Anki. That's another one I talked about.
Yeah. Which I actually do want to know, how did you watch the first episode?
I did.
How do you feel right now about it? Because I also watched it and I have thoughts.
It didn't give me the same vibe as Gachi Akuta. You know what I'm saying? Like it gave me the vibe like this may be one like I can miss a couple episodes and then just go back and watch it. Like it's not one that I'm just like, ooh, I need to tap in for this, right? Again, I might have been a victim of the trailer because this was one that I was just like, oh, you need to check this one out.
Yeah, the
like,
trailer looks sick.
Giving me that, like the trailer was dope, and maybe when it gets to that part of the arc or whatever they're getting to, or like the full powers awaken. I did like when he went full Oni.
Yeah,
and he was like hanging upside down, and he was like a silhouette. And you see a smile, that creepy smile and everything. The dude
kind of reminded me of when Naruto went like full.
Nine Tails.
Like just, and it was just like
like just out of control. But the fact that most Oni they use like their hands into a blade, but the character, I forget his name. I can look it up, but the protagonist, he's just all about guns, right? So when he goes into that form and he turns into
Ichinose Shiki.
Yeah, okay. Ichinoke?
Ichinose, Shiki Ichinose, but I think he called him Shiki.
All right.
And then his adoptive father is Tsuyoshi.
Right.
Dashiki.
But when he goes Oni form, like his powers, he forms guns, right? And the dude who's out to get him was caught off guard obviously, right? But it's like I said, it didn't give me the vibe that Gachi Akuta gave me. I'll still check it out, give it a shot, see where it's at. But it's going to be tough. Like the pecking order for stuff, because like I said, Kaiju's coming up.
I know.
Sakamoto Days is coming back. I know the first part was a letdown, but now that that's out the way, it should be ramping back up according to the manga. Obviously, Dan to Dan's going, and that number should jump up because I know a lot of people took the first 3 episodes off if they saw it in the theater. So now they're going to start tuning in to see the rest of the story pick up from where the experience in the theater left off. You got, like you said, Jackie, these 2 the summer that Higuru died, and then what was the other one? Taco P's Original Sin. So there's a lot of things coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
On top of, I think Fire Force is this part 1 of the final part is done. The next one is coming out next year. Mm-hmm. So we could possibly start sitting back and chilling and finishing up Witch Watch and all the other ones we started watching, right? But again, it's you never know. Like we saw the list, we can just check one out and be like, oh shit. Like, what's the one about the cat you were talking about, Jackie?
Yeah, so I can talk about that right now. So, because I also got all the ratings for all of them as well, and like how often everything's coming out too.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find where I saved that. Where did I put that? Sorry. Right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So a lot of everything comes out on Sunday. Like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got rid of it. Dang it. I took a screenshot of it and it's gone. I had each day that everything
and it's
released
gone.
And it's now missing.
I will say, I know we both got the same vibe on Togen Anki, but 4.8 on Crunchyroll.
Oh, I have it now. So
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Togen Anki comes out every Friday. Gacha Kuta, Nyat of the Living Cat, and City the Animation comes out every Sunday. That's the only one that's on Amazon Prime. City the Animation is. Everything's on Crunchyroll except the movie that I was except Hell Teacher Jikoku Sensei Nube. I haven't talked about that yet. That one was on YouTube. It was not on Crunchyroll.
So you need a YouTube subscription for that?
No, you can just look it up on.
It's just free
you
YouTube.
You can just Google.
I didn't know if it's YouTube television or the one that they're always trying to get you to.
Which is what I thought it was too, which I was going to be pissed off about.
$300 or something.
Search it on YouTube.
I'm like, now they have anime?
Yeah.
God damn it!
Damn it! I'm just trying to catch up.
But Togenaki got really good review. It got an 8. Gacha Kuta got an 8-ish. Depending on where you look, the average I think across a bunch.
Yeah, because you're doing IMDb, right?
I do a bunch, so I do IMDb. I look at what people say on or what people are saying on. It's like a Google. It's like a Google. It's like a Google reviews rating sometimes. Sometimes I'll look at what the consensus is. So it just depends. Everything that we've recommended has been about an 8. Besides Nyat of the Living Cat, it got a 6.4 on IMDb and apparently a 5 on some others. I'm going to tell you.
Can you check? No, you can keep talking. I'll check something out.
Crunchyroll probably has something different, which I haven't looked at Crunchyroll's rating yet. But what I will tell you about this Nyat of the Living Cat, this is not supposed to be a serious anime. There definitely is some gore for sure. But it's definitely more hysterical, and it's about being a cat lover and all these people who are just obsessed with cats and want to pet them so much and get sometimes when they see the cats are just sitting there laying on their back with their belly, but you can't touch them and they should be running away, but then they're like, but I want to touch, and their friends are like, no, you can't touch, and it's it's so stupid, but it's so funny. They're not even so they're not zombie cats. That's the thing. They're just cats doing cat things, purring or whatever. So I don't know the direction they're going to go with it, but it is definitely a comedy horror. They do classify it as seinen because it's targeting more young adult men due to its mature themes, dark humor, violent yet absurd tone. The studio that has done it or that is the studio for it is the same one that's known for Pokemon and Apothecary Diaries. It's Division 1. It did win an award back in 2021. Oh no, it was nominated for an award back in 2021 for best printed manga. But it's just to me it was just a fun anime to watch, and I was laughing the whole time. It was hilarious. If you're not a cat person or if you hate cats, you probably won't like the anime, and that's where maybe some of the ratings are coming from. But I like it.
I
It's
think
fun.
it's that type of anime, like the anime that don't take themselves too seriously.
Like Witch Watch.
It's because
Yeah.
Witch Watch is 4.6 on Crunchyroll, but you go to IMDb, it's like, or My Anime List, it's 7.4. You go to IMDb, it's 6.8. And some are giving it 3 out of 5 stars, so kind of like above average type thing. So
Some people
it's
don't like it when things
Yeah.
are just a satire. They want
They're
like
just-
an actual story, and it's like
this is silly. What is it like, bro? It's
it's meant to
Stop.
be silly. It's supposed to be silly. It's meant to be
Sometimes you want
lighthearted.
something
Some-
silly.
yeah.
You don't need
You
plot
know?
armor. It's okay. Like you can just
Yeah.
watch something and laugh
It's
at
okay
it.
to
and move
enjoy
on.
other genres, or
And it's the same people that'll tune into like Family Guy, a show
Yeah.
that's just about any random thing
Yeah.
with the most random things happening. Like, this is the best comedy I've seen.
yeah.
So
They're all
it's,
South Park aficionados, but they can't take anime
Yeah.
fun. Like what?
Yeah. But it definitely does
Cats.
riff, it does riff
What?
off the like Night of the Living Dead type of thing, but
Yeah.
it's just cats
Yeah.
and it's funny. I think it's, and like the cats are like cute in the show, and they're pretty well animated too, and you're just like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
And
saw
it's like
that
grown
part
ass
of it's
men.
very good.
It's grown ass men like crying that they can't like pet this cat, and it's funny. And then if you get turned into a cat, which one of the characters does, and then the way that the cat looks after he gets turned into it, it's just funny. He has like a scar, and it's great. I'm having fun with it. There's only like 2 episodes out right now, I think is what I wrote down. 2 episodes. They plan to have 12 episodes, which I think is perfect for an anime like this. Maybe
Yeah.
right there might be a season 2. I don't know. Right now there's just
Yeah.
1 season plan. I think it depends on how
Return
popular
of
it
the
is.
Living Cat. It'll be
My
season-
fear is it's going to be like Zom 100 that was overhyped, and then a lot of people kind of like they liked it, but then it like kind of
played out.
fell
Yeah.
also.
That was
And
and
I
I
don't-
also
Ran its course.
how that one got a live action, right? It's like
Well, yeah,
both
that
of the
one I
se-
heard the live action's really good, but
yeah, that's what I mean. I was like,
so
how-
it just depends. I think that like Zom 100, I think it's going to get a second season if they haven't already announced it. But this one's just fun. I enjoy it. It's funny. Again, another horror one, but it's more of a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Which that's what Dan to Dan is too. So
Yeah.
I
Before we go to our regularly scheduled programming, first, use Google, guys. Get out there, see, like there's way more that we can get into, but we're trying to keep this at a reasonable length show. But the good thing about the summer having all these things, we'll continue to come back, every other week, hopefully, if our lives will let us do that and give you updates and thoughts. And maybe, we're high on a show now, and come mid-season, couple episodes in, we're just like, I don't know. Or maybe like with Toganaki, like me and Jackie both are just looking at it like, this may not be the one that may put pressure on any of these new shonen, but maybe we can get proven wrong when it gets into full swing. But over in Japan today, well, because it's the 18th over there, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is released in Japan.
oh,
And we're not going to see it for another 2 months.
yep.
And I am so mad because if you looked at the final trailer and you're not like, I need to get in this theater now. Like I am FBI agent, whoever is monitoring me. I'm not going to do it, but I was tempted, to find a link to see this movie because original songs from Lisa
Yeah.
Ain't it? Come on.
Yeah, that's so
Come on.
crazy.
You know we're gonna get bombarded with stuff too. Probably within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna start popping up. You're gonna have to try to hide because I don't want to get just portions of it. It's just like,
I'm
and then
not-
it just. I'm
I
like,
am not above it. If someone is just like, "Hey, Mac, I found a link," full send, bro. Give me that shit.
well, yeah. If I can get the whole thing and not someone with a clip of like the 20
Yeah.
minutes of the movie, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time there's someone like right next to it, and the
Sitting in
camera's
front
like,
of it. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
I'm like,
The fact that they get it so early, man,
Sucks.
fucking hate it. Anyway,
I wish I spoke Japanese and could read it.
somebody's about to make $1 billion on the black market just getting that thing and sending it.
Yeah.
can you imagine that?
That's all the Korean shops in South Korea that always have those DVDs.
Bootleg DVDs.
Oh man, but yeah,
Some of
it's
them were
out.
so
I'm just like,
bad.
September.
What's the score so far?
Well, it just like it's September or July 18th. So I went and typed like reviews and school. Like there's nothing yet. So I'm pretty sure just give
but
it
I wonder if
24
people
hours.
haven't been able to go. Okay.
And oh my god. But we do get a Chainsaw Man in October, Jujutsu Kaisen. I think isn't another movie coming out? I believe so. for
JJK.
JJK's having a movie. I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm looking it
But
up.
so we're getting. I just know we're getting some movies this year. We're getting good
Oh, it
stuff for
doesn't
the
say
summer.
about a movie. It just says season 3 is not expected to be released until 2026, with a possible release either in the spring to fall. So you don't know.
Spring would be nice.
Spring would be nice. So they haven't really they haven't even come out and said if it was going to be a movie or if it's going to be a part 1, part 2 season.
Right.
So they had a good question
Season 3 is gonna
from
be insane.
that time we started Anime Podcast. Asked, what do we think about the Solo
Oh
Leveling
my-
live action?
So I'm gonna just come up front. Like I'm walking into it with hella low expectations, right?
But
that
the-
way, if it's
The person
sucks,
that they're casting, though,
yeah. Oh my,
good looking man.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure my wife will watch it because she is K-dramaed out. I saw the dude. I'm like, who the fuck is this? My wife's like, he's playing. I'm just. Apparently,
Well-
he's a big deal.
I
Well,
think-
dude,
he's a
look at
big
him.
deal.
He's a tall. He looks dark, tall, and is a perfect. That was the perfect. I don't. Apparently, he's also a good actor as well.
Well, I mean, the thing is so far
Is it
Netflix's
stunt
record.
double? The stunt
with-
double's gonna be the one getting all the fucking
Yeah.
praise. Because Jinwoo on himself, like, bro, I don't need an amazing actor to read his lines. Like,
Yeah,
he says like 12 words a show.
and it's very salt. It's like you could get Ben Stein to read his lines.
And also, who's gonna be acting him in the first part because he's totally different.
No, they'll probably do some wild shit with his hair, put him in glasses or something. Oh, nerd, look at you, like Stefan Urkel shit.
And he takes the glasses.
he goes
off,
into
and
the
then
machine and
and then
takes the
it's like
glasses off.
the Korean
wears
now
like,
like-
you've done it.
the Korean love music in the background was like, "Ah," and then his hair for like 5 minutes, and it's just
But I mean, we've all seen the Netflix live actions, okay? Like,
Is this a Netflix thing?
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Is
sure it's
live
Netflix.
action, or is it Amazon? I don't know. It's like
I could be wrong. I thought it was
When-
Netflix.
when the premise of your live action is a show or an IP that is so fantasy driven, where this dude is just floating through the air for like
Netflix.
seconds at a time, moving faster than the fucking speed of light. Like the fight with Beryl on Jage, like how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? Like everything
Well-
doesn't need live action.
It doesn't.
No, and I mean it.
I'm surprised they keep doing this. I mean, it's probably because they're like, we had such good reviews with One Piece, we can do it.
Well, if you look at it though,
You got
some
one
of
hit
these
out
don't
of
lend
5
themselves to live action. Okay, like To Be Hero X live action would be so difficult. This is the same thing. Solo Leveling
Oh.
is so action based you're going to go straight into CG just to try to get through one battle scene. And it's going to be like, am I watching a live action or am I just watching a computer version of Solo Leveling? Because, I mean, seriously, if you do stuff like, okay, they did Parasite. Parasite was done very well, but you don't need
I agree, Kenpachi.
3,000 different colors coming across the screen while someone's blitzing at like 2 million miles an hour with 18 swords and stuff going on. That doesn't, if you got that kind of action, making it live action, you're really going to stretch to try to make it, you know what I mean?
And even if they're going to follow more of the manhwa than the anime, it doesn't matter because there's still a lot of action that's not able to be
Done with a person.
encapsulated because like it's still panels. Like you still are
Yeah.
reading, like you still have to show some type of action. And I just don't know how they're going to do it because it's like when they try to do Bleach does that. And look how shitty that was.
Yeah,
Full Metal
that's-
Alchemist, they fucking blew. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I know.
When they did Bleach, they were dead to me.
Because you can't do
Dead
that.
to me.
You can't do justice to the fight scenes with live actors.
There are
It's not-
fan-made action created
know what
ones
we're
that are
gonna do?
better than what Netflix ever created.
What we're gonna do next show is we're just gonna look at all the live action
Oh,
anime
we should.
adaptations, and we're just gonna look at their IMDb and whatever reviews they got, and be like, why do they keep attempting this? Like maybe it does numbers in Japan, and then they bring it over here to the States, and we're just like the Attack on Titan movie, Lord Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Lord Jesus.
I didn't watch
I
it.
have never wanted to refund my money so fast. Because you can't watch it for free. It's like you can rent it for $4.99. Like, oh, $5, that's cool. I want my money back.
Wow.
Yeah, that $5. I could have bought a Pop-Tart at the fucking snack fund at my work.
All of the things I could have done with this $5.
That would have
think
been
a
way
lot
more
of that,
satisfying.
The problem, like, it works in Japan
Hibachi,
because
get out of here.
they're getting to see their favorite actors and stuff take on the role of their favorite manga characters. So it's like the Avengers for us. You see what I'm saying? We get really great actors getting to take on our favorite comic book people. That's the same thing for them when they
I
have
will say the only reason the Avengers work so hard or so great over here is because it was done well. Like the CGI for the Titans in the live action Attack on Titan is so bad. The acting is so bad. Like it's so campy. And you know, they just pulled the stuff over here. They tried to do Death Note. Like that whole thing was a fucking debacle.
Death Note was, oh my god.
Full Metal Alchemist, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's one that just got picked up for a season 2 called Bet, and it's based on a manga / anime that I haven't watched yet. But people were like, that one wasn't good either, but it got picked up for a season 2. But I'm like, but you just dropped Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
'cause
Cowboy
it didn't do-
Bebop.
So I'm like, Cowboy Bebop, I was trying to give a chance.
Because it's possible. That one's more, you would
That one
think,
makes
like,
more sense. You can
it's
do
not-
that.
it's not too difficult because it's anchored in reality, but they dropped the ball when it came to bringing that world to the screen effectively.
That's like modern Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Like there's
like Solo Leveling. Like I just want to be like, did y'all watch the anime?
Did
you
you watch
know the shit he was
fight?
doing?
Yeah.
Like your budget's going to be
no,
ridiculous
they
unless
did.
you're just
And
going to
they're
have a
like,
guy
"Oh, yeah,
wear
we can do that."
an Egress fucking costume.
Yeah, that's
You're
what I
going to
mean.
have these shadows
when he
appear
goes
atop the
against
ground and
Egress,
shit, like,
And then he let's say he defeats Egress. Is he going to keep him? Are we going to watch summon battles where he brings out? How are
Well,
you going to do
even-
that without it being all CG? It's
Even
going to
the-
just turn into a different form of animated movie.
the first part where he gets his reawakening, like that whole second dungeon. Like, how are you going to do this live?
They're going to
Alright,
give us
Netflix.
the bare minimum, and then just try to sell it with faces and
But I mean,
fans.
we'll do the heavy lifting for you guys. We'll I might even watch a few, just to. Why is this
I might
review
watch the
so
first
bad?
episode.
Yeah,
You
see,
know?
like they said, they like the live action Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop.
Josh over
And I
here,
think it
shout out to
had-
you.
It had potential, but Netflix does it. I mean, look at all even their animated shows. Moonrise had
Well, I mean,
potential. It
have we
looked
heard
great.
anything about
Well, apparently
a second
Moonrise
season
is
of
really good.
It
That's what a
is.
lot of people
Yeah.
are saying.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I liked, and people were like, "Oh, it's kind of confused." No, it just had a deeper story that was you had to wait. It wasn't all spoon fed, like Willie said in the very beginning. You didn't get just a, "Oh, here's the whole story. Okay, action time."
Sometimes it's okay to watch shows that leave you questioning, so you watch more and figure it out. It doesn't
Yeah.
need to give you everything all at once in the beginning.
That's what I mean. Kenpachi, you're right too. Cowboy Bebop had potential to be, but they dropped it, and now they're going to pick up. And we're supposed to think that if they couldn't get Cowboy Bebop rolling, that they're going to get Solo Leveling going.
You know what they're gonna do? I see it. They're gonna be like, let's do a Samurai Champloo. Let's do that live action. They're just gonna start going to nostalgic ass shit. You know, they're gonna do a.
But here's my
I'm pretty
thing.
sure
That
there's
makes
one
more,
out there.
that
Isn't
makes
there a
more
live
sense.
action Akira out
That,
there?
but that makes more sense. Akira, all that makes more sense to me than all this other bullshit that they've tried to live action with.
Yeah, I
Look
mean,
at all the samurai
Yu
movies
Yu
that they have
Hakusho
made that are
is-
actually pretty good.
it's a magic based show, so you're going to have to throw it very heavy special effects. Yu Yu Hakusho's that way. Solo Leveling's that
Costs
way. It-
money. And they'd be like,
Well,
"Oh,
I
we
will
didn't
say-
realize
I
how
will
much
say-
this was gonna cost."
I will say when they were like One Piece live action, I was like, this is gonna be horrible. Like
I did think it was
the
gonna be
devil
bad.
fruit powers have these people doing the most unrealistic
But
shit.
whoever they
and
put in charge of that,
and
they actually did a decent
they pulled
job
it
with
off. So
Yeah.
I'm just like,
But I'm like, why can't you do that with everything else?
thank you. And maybe it's because they learned from the fumble of Bleach, Death Note,
Yeah, maybe
Full
they're
Metal
gonna do
Alchemist, and
something
all
well,
that. But
I didn't watch the One Piece live act. Did they focus on a lot of the battles and
I
stuff?
didn't.
or
So I
they-
didn't. I only watched clips. I didn't watch the full thing. I just watched the clips because I wanted to see. But even with the clips and the casting that they chose, they did a really good job. There was certain castings that people bitched about, which makes sense. Like it happens. Like you can't pick the perfect person for everybody. But for what was needed and desired to get a season 2 at least, and for the audience and the popularity it needed, they did what they needed to do. I still haven't watched it, and I think it's just because I'm stubborn and I just refuse to watch any live action anything. I just won't.
yeah. But we'll go ahead and roll into our regularly scheduled programming and wrap this up. But good discussion. Summer will be eating good, everybody. We will be eating fantastical. Well, episode 18 coming to an end. Had a great time. It's been probably about 3 weeks to a month since we last all chopped it up.
in a minute. It has.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually proud we contained ourselves. Little 90-minute show. Look
Yeah.
at
I
us.
know we,
I thought
I know
this
we
was
all
gonna
had
be
a lot, especially
again.
Jack had like 5 more titles to talk
Dude,
about.
I could have kept going, but I did hold back. I held back.
It's a school
We gotta
night.
save it.
It's a school
We can
night.
do a
That's
do a
also why I
summer
held
wrap
back.
up too. I mean,
That's also why I held
before
back. I was like,
know.
I'll hold back.
because by the
But,
end of summer, just before we're getting Demon Slayer and stuff, we'll have probably gone through most of these series, and we'll be able to do like a this is the final look at summer or something.
We should do maybe next episode. I know you brought it up, Willie, and I think that's a good thing to talk about.
Did you see
actions.
the Demon Slayer movie Popcorn Bucket?
No.
Oh my gosh. This is
Just looked it up.
Are we able to look it up without getting in trouble, or should we look it up on our own?
No, we can look it up.
Uh,
Well, this one is, I thought it was like for the movie, but this one keeps saying it's a Universal Studio. So I don't know if it's something you got to go to the theme park to get.
okay.
But it's a concept. People are like, this will be what they're selling at the
Oh, the pop
theaters.
to eat popcorn.
to eat the popcorn out.
Oh, Nezuko? Is that the one you're
The
looking at?
Nesco one?
And
The
then they
Nesco
have,
one?
yeah,
Did you see that one?
yep. They have that
There's
one. They
that
have
one.
I'm afraid
And
that
then-
they're not going to be selling that in the US though.
I know.
yeah.
And
We'll
I'm
probably
gonna have
just
to
get.
buy it on eBay for $70
for
fucking
$9,000.
I'm literally looking at the price right now. This is
Oh my
bullshit.
god.
Oh, the eBay price? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
$70, dude. Get the
Oh, we're
fuck.
just
Out of here,
One of
bro.
them. One
we're
of them
just
is
getting a plastic
30
bucket, I think, in the States, man.
$30 delivery fee, so $102 for a Nesco
Oh my
Fuck.
popcorn
gosh.
bucket.
I'm good.
Why
They
would I
don't
even
Oh, here
know
it is.
they're
bother
Demon
talking
buying
Slayer
that shit?
Infinity Castle film unveils the popcorn bucket. Dude, that's a cool pop. Oh my
If
god.
I could
I
get it,
hope.
I will pre-order tickets now if I can get the bucket.
I'll try to 3D
That
print
and I'm
it.
telling
There we
you,
go.
that is a it comes out, I'm watching it. Like Thursday release, I'm watching it. You know, I will take leave that next Friday. I don't care. I gotta see
hell
this
yeah.
thing. I gotta see this thing. I don't care. This is my end game. Like these 3 movies.
I haven't seen a midnight showing in so long. I'll go. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Say, I don't care.
I'll give a
But
shit.
cool. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
want
you.
to speak for everybody, but it means a lot. A lot of interaction in the comments. We love answering questions and things like that. If there is a live action adaptation of any of these anime that you've seen and you're like, it's pretty good, please let us know in the comments so you can like
We'll check it out.
reestablish our faith that, you know, it's a
There's
possibility.
still
I'll
hope.
get over my stubbornness and I'll try it.
Well, we've got to, if that's what we're gonna hit that up for the next convo, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll watch the first episode of all of them and then I'll just discuss on that. I'm not watching all the episodes.
Have you watched the Bleach on Netflix though, right?
I refused. I saw
When-
what the picture looked like on the
When-
poster.
yeah,
I was like,
when
I'm
the
not
first-
fucking watching that
the
shit.
first time
The orange wig on Ichigo. I'm just like, y'all couldn't even make this shit. You couldn't even have dyed his
Dude.
real hair orange. Just
Even
for
No.
the
Full Metal
fucking show.
Alchemist, I was like, what's
Oh.
going
Oh,
on with
Edward?
that man's
the
arm?
wigs are terrible, bro. The wigs are just something else. Their wig
They're Tyler
person.
Perry level
Yeah.
wigs, bro. Tyler Perry
Absolutely
level
not.
wigs.
No.
Oh my god. Anyways, you guys got anything you want to say to the piece before we call it a night?
It's great to have you all tune in and throw information at us and questions. Also giving us some heads up, you know, when you guys have the information that we might be missing or something to add to it, we always appreciate that. So thank you for hanging out with us and sharing with us. It's been a great time.
Yep. And then as always, shout out to Kenpachi for always showing up no matter what and always giving us recommendations in our group chat until he's with us again. But if there's anything that we discussed tonight and we didn't say something that we need to like watch from this season, well, there's more. And Kenpachi's always good with the Chinese donghuas that we always keep on our radar too. Please throw that in the comments, talk about it. Then we can also talk about those on the next time, whenever that is, that we want to talk about new shows that you should put on your radar.
Indeed. So that's all we got. Again, episode 18, Eat the Cake Anime. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Expect us 2 weeks from now, and then we'll just give you the heads up if we're not going to make it. You know, we'll try to be more consistent. Because again, we love chatting with you guys, learning from you guys, and you guys learning from us. Mostly Jackie, because she be spot on with her recommendations. So until next time, you guys all take care. Watch some anime and have a good one. Peace.
Eat.
What did you say?
I said eat. I wanted to do something new.
Hey, that could be your new catchphrase. You're
That's
just like,
your thing.
eat, everybody.
All right, y'all take care. Peace.